Raul Jimenez has been a household name for decades in San Antonio. I'm Stacy, and this is Raul Jimenez III. His grandfather started a huge community celebration in San Antonio, the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Dinner. All right, let's dive into the history. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so my grandfather founded this event back in 1979, and he did it as a way to give back to the community. So growing up, he was from humble beginnings. Really everything mattered to him. Every meal, every kind of, pair of shoes, whatever it was very precious to him because he didn't have a whole bunch. So then he got into the restaurant world in Mexican food products, Jimenez food products, things like that. And he really started to see like, wow, the community really embraced him and his family and doing what was, right to just kind of give back. And in one of the restaurants up in Fort Worth where he first found it, he told my grandmother one day, hey, I really want to give back. Let's do a meal for, senior citizens. Because what he found was that during holidays, senior citizens were often left alone, right? So originally this was built to help those that would be left alone on holidays, Thanksgiving dinners, things like that, because back then it was very, very expensive to travel. So what he found was, hey, let's go ahead and have a little feast. And my grandmother was like, sure, how many people are you expecting? He's like, oh, I don't know, not too many. Well, not too many turned into about 200 people. And then from there just kind of snowballed because it wasn't just for the senior citizens out there. It grew into those less fortunate, military displaced families and things like that.
What can you tell us about Raul Jimenez Sr.? What are your fondest memories of your grandfather?
Yeah, so his nickname was Speedy Jimenez, right? So he was always on the go, always trying to give back. And he found a place where, he wanted to serve his community. And I think that was the biggest thing. And my biggest nugget is, number one, he was a devout, follower of Christ. But number two, I just always remember him being around a lot of people. It's almost like he had an entourage everywhere he went. And I remember his velour, workout suits with his little medallion, his little, saint or whatever he had around his neck. But he always had people around him because he was always taking care of other people. Whether it was someone that was growing up and wanting to become an attorney, he would go out there and buy suits for them so they could get ready to put their first foot forward. But he was the guy that was the man of the people and always wanted to just be that bigger than life kind of personality.
Wow, and the hat.
And the hat, yeah. So he was a chef, right? He has tons of awards, a lot of gold medallions, and he was known for the big chef's hat. And they say that they want me to wear it, or my Aunt Patricia wants me to wear it here and there. And I always joke, I'm like, no, there's no way, because like, number one, I wouldn't be able to pull it off. But number two, you'd have to shave your face. And if you shave your face, then my face gets a little bit more round. And I don't know if I can do all that.
What does the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Dinner look like today?
Yeah, so if we go back to 1979 to where we are today, 45 years later, we have grown because of the city of San Antonio. We've been very blessed to have sponsors. We have over 50 corporate sponsors that help us out. We have over 5,000 volunteers that give up their time because I think at the end of the day, time is the most valuable thing on this planet. And people actually take the time to be there to help us out and to get this mission accomplished. We have people that are on our committee that actually take vacation days to be there to support this. So you're talking about 1 or 2 weeks off just to ensure that this event goes through. But we have close to 25,000 meals that we're preparing for. We have the city of San Antonio backing us with the convention center and has been a huge supporter. We have the arcade group that does all the cooking and Black Tie that does all the cooking to help us get through this event. But it is completely grown. I mean, it's not just for one, it's for all now. And we have lots of sponsors, we have lots of events, we have dancing, we have music. And it's really just an event that kind of, is embraced by the community. So it's not a Jimenez dinner, it's a city of San Antonio, and we call it the Feast of the Heart.
So how many people are served on Thanksgiving?
We prepared 25,000 meals, and that's a combination of in-person and also some outbound meals. We pivoted during COVID because we couldn't have an in-person visit or meal, so we got to the delivery method. And what we learned was people are still forgotten about that might not be able to get to the convention center. So if you call, we are able to prepare meals to be prepared for outbound meals. That way everyone gets a warm, nutritious meal on Thanksgiving Day.
So what do you love most about this family tradition turned community celebration?
Yeah, I think it's the people. I think, it's the stories you hear. Every year I am, melted with the need to just say, wow, I can't believe this is happening. And what I mean by that is there's always somebody that is down on their luck, or somebody that said, hey, I just moved to San Antonio and, you know, I don't have my family with me, and they said, just come out here. You know, it's a dinner, a free dinner or whatnot. But it's actually more than just that. It's a community. It's where people could come together. There's no titles. There's no different hats being worn. It's about the people serving the people. And what ends up happening, they come to have a dinner, but then they end up picking up a tray and serving other people. And now that's actually turned into 10 years of service with their kids growing up, with their family members growing up, because it's that kind of thing, the cheer that we always see, you know, I mean, going into holidays, it's like the right way to give back. And that's why it's called Thanksgiving, right? Be thankful for what we have, all the blessings that we've been, you know, given. And it's one of those truly start to the holidays, right? Start out with the good thing, right? Because we always hear on the news all this negative, but it's really amazing to see people coming together for the right reasons, and that's just because they care and they want to give.
So we at the Schrader Group love, as a team, getting involved every year with this event. And I know we go and we help with the turkeys, but what can folks at home do to get involved?
Yeah, so there's a lot of great ways to be involved. Number one, volunteering is the best way, right? We have over 5,000 volunteers that help us out every year. But we've been in a situation where sometimes we get capped out, right? Because so many people want to give their time. The next route would be financial donations and monetary donations, because as everybody knows, going to H-E-B or Walmart or wherever you might go, prices have gone up. So what it used to be before COVID was $5 would get us 2 meals. Now that's not the case. Now it's costing a lot more. So any kind of monetary donation does help us to ensure that everyone will have a warm, nutritious Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving, on the actual day, not 3 days prior, 3 days later, but it's actually an event that everyone will be able to participate with.
Well, thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you want to learn more about things that are happening in San Antonio.
And if you're looking for more information on the dinner, go to rauljimenezdinner.com. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities, also an area to donate, and volunteer openings the first week of November. So once they go, but we are more than happy to have everyone at our community dinner table.